Welcome again for another weekly roundup of Premier League actions over the weekend and Monday Night Football as well included. We're going to start from the top to the bottom, meaning Saturday 12:45, which featured West Ham entertaining Manchester United. So after a very slow start to the Premier League for West Ham, they suddenly look rejuvenated and trounced Manchester United 3-1. I mean, Man United have suffered some big defeats in recent, losing 3-0 to Tottenham, drawing to Wolves 1-1, and now losing 3-1 to West Ham. It's not all roses at the moment for Manchester United, Mourinho's boys, and it's another poor performance. I mean, can it get any worse? It's their worst start in about 19-20 years. It's their worst start in a very long time. I mean, they're in the bottom half of the table and it's not looking good. The performance was poor. It was lackluster. I mean, some people say the performance wasn't that bad. They just didn't look, frightening going forward. They didn't look like they were going to score at any moment. The goal scoring opportunities were far and few between for Manchester United, but they weren't like defensively all over the place. People are just saying West Ham were very good. I mean, I beg to disagree. I think Man United were poor from back to front. It was a shocking display. They have a lot of work to do. There are some players that look like they don't want to be there, like they look like they don't want to be playing for Manchester United right now. I'm not even going to call no names, just certain players are just not putting in the performance that we come to expect of them. So we move over to the Emirates, where Arsenal pick up a rare clean sheet in a 2-0 win over Watford, who have started the Premier League very, very well. They started very well, picking up a good few points in the opening few games of the season. But Arsenal, at no point in this game did they look comfortable. I mean, we say it's the result that matters, getting the result that counts. You can't win anything, you can't make progression if you don't get the result. It's all funny, it's all fair, playing ticky-tacky, nice 1-2, but if you don't score, you don't get the results. What is the point? And that was the football that we come to, grew accustomed to with Wenger, playing nice football with no end result. But at the moment, it's not all nice football, but it's getting the results. What do you prefer, Arsenal fans? We had Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, who entertained Brighton. Another routine, comfortable victory, 2-0 again. They're not scoring as many goals as I thought they would have this season. I don't know what it is. Is it the Bruyne factor? Are they actually missing De Bruyne that much? Because there's some games that I thought, apart from the Huddersfield where they won 6-0, I was expecting a couple more 4s and 5s from some of the teams that they've played so far this season. Wolves was 1-1, 2-0 here against Brighton. I mean, there's been a few games where I'm thinking, okay, Man City are playing, can tune in, can see 4-5 goals, but that's not the case. But nonetheless, getting the results, it's still very, very comfortable for them. There's no real stress, there's no real, urgency needed from them. And it can only get better once De Bruyne's back. I hear he's back in training. So, yes, I hear he's back in training. So, performances could potentially increase, get even better for Manchester City. And we move over to Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea hosted Liverpool 1-1. Fortunate, some may say, for Liverpool. Very fortunate goal. I'd say fortunate, but it wasn't fortunate. It was a very, very great strike. Poor defending, but great strike. Some say that, both sets of fans say that they should have won. Both teams had their chances, didn't take them. If you don't take your chances, you can't say, oh, deserve to win. Oh, we deserve to win. It was 1-1. I'd probably say fair result. Both of them are looking to win the title this season. Both have the capability, the capacity to do it. Both have the set of players to do it. And this result has allowed Manchester City to now go top of the table. And the question is, can they be stopped? Can anyone now continue to keep on winning, to keep up with Manchester City and eventually overtake them? I can't see it. Liverpool needed to win that game to stay ahead of them. They're the pace setters. They need to be the pace setters. You can't let Man City be the pace setters. Once that happens, it's done and dusted. and we're going to head over to Newcastle where they played Leicester. And there was actually a lot of 2-0s this weekend. Another 2-0 result, not in favour of Newcastle but in favour of Leicester. Vardy and Maguire as the goal scorers. Vardy's Leicester coming into some good run of form of recent, and hopefully they can, expect to continue with a nice run of games. And then another 2-0 result, another 2-0 this weekend. Wolves beating Southampton 2-0. And Wolves have had an absolutely phenomenal start to the season. Another victory, and also picking up draws against both Manchester clubs. I mean, their fans couldn't have dreamed a better start to the season. It's been perfect for them, literally perfect for Wolves. And then we have Everton, who dispatched off Fulham 3-0. Very comfortable. It was actually a very comfortable game for them. 19 shots to Fulham 6. 0-0 at half time. Then Sigurdsson missed the penalty, made up for his errors to then go on and score. Brace and Tolson rounding off the rout 3-0. All goals coming in the second half. Everton's only their second win of the season. But they'll be thereabouts in the top half of the table, and a fantastic result for them. We move on to our only game on Sunday, Sunday game. Which featured Cardiff versus Burnley. And I just want to quickly say that although Burnley won 2-1, Gunderson, I think is how you say his name, I'm not quite sure on that one, and Volks with the goals. But I'd just like to say, I think Burnley, it was, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 shots in 90 minutes. They had 3 shots in the whole of 90 minutes and scored twice, while Cardiff had 20 shots, 2 on target, scored 1. Now, Bruyne have had a miserable start, and it's probably going to continue with statistics like that, football like that. They were absolutely shocking. It was so poor from them. How they even managed to get that win, I will never know. And Cardiff, on the other hand, as good as they played, you've got to be more clinical. And if they're not clinical enough, they will go down. You can't have 20 shots in 90 minutes and only put 2 on target. You mean you're bound to go down. But enough said. 2-1 for Burnley. Their fans will appreciate the result after a very, very poor start. It was getting a bit desperate times for them. And then the final game of the weekend, well, it wasn't really the weekend, but Monday Night Football was Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace, and it was a 2-1 victory in favour of Bournemouth. Now, Brooks got a very, very early goal for Bournemouth inside the first 5 minutes. It was an extremely even match, very, very even match. It could have gone either way. Crystal Palace equalised through Van Aanholt, and winner right at the end, not right at the end, but 87th, 88th minute from Stanislas, a penalty. And he pretty much just came onto the pitch for Joshua King, who's a substitute, just come on the pitch and dispatched off the penalty quite comfortably. A 2-1 win for Bournemouth, who had some nice results this season. And that is pretty much it for the weekend roundup for this weekend. Stay tuned for next week's Premier League fixtures. And then after that, I think we're heading off for an international break, so you won't see me for a couple more weeks. Until next time, remember, like, subscribe, all of the media, social stuff, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of that, Snapchat. Ciao.